This message is to start the new year. We have, for decades, done things in very similar manners, in ways where we haven't been effective. This is not any one person or association, it's just as a state to meet the needs of our communities, our public schools. And we can continue to do the same thing by choosing to let other people make decisions, hoping that people will make the right decision, or we can do something different, something that I believe is definitely accomplishable. And that is to start looking at what are the components that actually run the rules and focus on those things. There's a lot of times where teachers are at school and they get upset about this or that, or a decision that's made at the school, and would like to blame the district, but at that point in time it's a state thing, or would like to blame the state, but at that point it's a district thing. Maybe it's even a school thing. That requires us to be more educated on how things work. And I know that sounds basic, but how a law is passed, how a law is changed, it all starts with elections. So we can go through this legislative cycle and we can put forth the best effort that we can in terms of talking to individuals that do not believe in the same things that we believe in. And we can try to persuade them, as lobbyists do the same thing with money and influence that we don't necessarily have. But we do have one thing that they don't have, and that's people. People who vote. And we have to make it very clear during this legislative session that we will vote differently if you do not do the right thing. And the right thing at this point in time is to rebuild our public education systems in the way that they should be built, invest in them the way they should be invested in, and stop the propaganda of all the great things that have been done and how it's more than what was last year, which still is insufficient, even if it's more. But none of this happens without you, without your decision to be a part of it. So while you're getting ready for your students and thinking of all the positive things that can be done in the remainder of this school year, and the impact that, regardless of what other people's choices are, that we will have the greatest impact possible, because we understand that our public schools are more than just walls. They're not ours individually, they're ours as a community. And they represent a reflection of what is taking place in our communities. That directly goes back to those elected officials and what their focus is. If people can't afford things, if health insurance is too high, if homeowners insurance is through the roof, if all the different things that are impacting the families that are in our public schools are decided somewhere else, and we are just a reflection of it, we need to shine the light on the source. Now, you're probably thinking, well, great, who's the candidate? You might be the candidate. So we have to stop thinking about limitations here, about what it is that, we can and cannot do. And yeah, there is an element of unknown. There may be fear, but that fear, if it is there, it will control you. You have to figure out how to redirect it. It goes back to integrity. So rather than snapping at someone about what you want to say, think about it, take your time, and say what needs to be said in a respectful way, but say it. Because until we start saying it, whether it's what our students need in our classrooms, whether it's what our schools need from the district, or what our districts need from the state, it starts with that stepping forward. We may fail miserably, but guess what? We will learn from our failures, because failures will not define us. What will define us is choosing not to act, complicitness, silence, but not for trying, not for doing the right thing, not for speaking up. And we've said numbers matter in this entire process. And it is the truth. There's only one choice, and that is to stand firm, stand up, speak out, and get rid of the fear that is limiting you from not doing anything. So my first ask is join LCTA. I know, it's an investment. And just like any other investment, it's what you put into it that you get out of it. 2, do not be a passive member of LCTA. Speak up. When I go visit schools and I talk to you guys, you are the best at articulating the realities that are taking place, and your voice needs to be heard. That's the truth. You are the solution. Patience and time are the greatest warriors. That's discipline. So let's control what we can control, do the things that we can do, and prioritize in a way that gets us to where we want to be. If that's what you're into, if that's what you want, something better, something more, something beautiful, join us. I look forward to the work. And in the meantime, have an amazing start to this year.